Hello, Star Wars Galaxy of Hero players. This is Andatesh Ordo. It's been a bit. I apologize. Trying to get things sorted out so I can get into a better living situation. So when I definitely get into that better living situation, I'm going to definitely be posting a lot more videos. So until then, and that's, my contract ends in March. So it's been a stressful situation. So yes, but I wanted to get on and talk about my favorite faction of the Star Wars franchise, the Mandalorians. By far, the Mandalorians. As you can tell, my name is Andatesh Ordo. Ordo based off of Candra's Ordo, the Clan Ordo, etc., etc. So yeah, that's always nice. But I wanted today to talk about the Mandalorian faction. CG brought us the armor last month in January 2021. That's all we really got. We haven't in a little bit of news of their new game mode. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm just wait till it comes out and then I'll try to do some videos previewing it. But one of the things I want to mention real quick is that I feel like this is going to be a talk on how Capital Games can improve the Mandalorian faction to make them a better faction. So first off, if you notice, bonus for Mandalorians, there is an event calendar throughout the entire month of February. Every other time there's a challenge for the Mandalorian faction, which kind of sucks. Last month in January, they had the Mandalorian Beskar Armor. But now they have all these bonuses for the Mandalorian faction. So it kind of also forces you to work on some low-tier Mandalorians. In recent weeks, let's get down to the Mandalorians. I actually geared up Sabine from Gear 8 to Gear 10. Close to Gear 11, which is also good for the ship since I do run Home 1 Rebels on defense, so it makes the Ghost a little more durable and stuff like that. But there's other characters. Like I've already have 2 relic characters. I'm trying to get the Mando up to relic 4, and that's where I'm going to leave him for a while. And then Candace is Gear 12, but I definitely want to relic him up because he hits hard. But I'm debating on which way I want to do with them. Do I want to keep them with crit chance, crit damage, or do I want to actually go offense potency with a crit damage triangle, offense cross, and then a high speed offense arrow? Because I think I actually, if I remember right, I had. Oh no, I gave it to. I think I gave it to General Skywalker. Yes, that's what I did. General Skywalker has that one. I just need to relic it or 6-dot it and then see if I can proc another 5-6 speed to make Skywalker a little faster. But yes. But yeah, the Mandalorian faction is just kind of an under tier. There's only one leader of the Mandalorians, and it's the armor. So I'm going to talk about how this faction can be updated. So first off, the armor has a pretty solid kit. She is mostly being used as a support for pretty much every galactic legend out there. Once you throw tier 3 of Beskar armor, giving basically 50 defense, 15% max health, 30% protection recovery, 100% counter chance, and can't be critically hit. There's a lot of stats on this. She's essentially another Wat Tambor. I forgot I got this one. There, a little more durability and stuff. Once I get her to, I'm going to eventually get her to Gear 11 so she can be a little more durable. I may eventually get that pack so I can get her up to 4-star. But yes, she is a phenomenal character for the most part. However, there's some downside is that the Mandalorian faction is kind of subpar at best. And Jango and Mando and Candace are the only, well, and then you got the Beskar Mando, but really, the only top 3 is Jango Fett, the Mandalorian, the Bounty Hunter version, and Candace Ordo. If you have Candace Relic, I will be eventually working on Candace. So I'm going to eventually be pushing Mandalorians up there. So I'll probably eventually have a Relic Sabine, Gar Saxon, Imperial Super Commando. But yes. So I'm going to talk about quickly what I could see of this kit be improved upon. So her leadership. It's kind of like Basilisk, Jedi Basilisk, where they gain 200% protection up, And, you know, they gain crit immunity for 2 turns at the start of battle. I don't like, it's an Omega ability. It's kind of disappointing it was in a Zeta. I wish it was a Zeta over, I think this was the first Zeta. Yeah, I don't remember. I think it was this one. This one was the first Zeta. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like this leadership should have been a Zeta. You could have given it a little bit more. Like, honestly, one of the things I would do is have, because Mandalorians tend to kind of start off with their helmet, especially if you pay attention to the Mandalorian TV show, the first set of pure Beskar armor the Mandalorian actually had was his helmet. His helmet was pure Beskar. And if you actually watched in the, you know, spoilers, in the last episode of season 2, he has a dark trooper smashing his face, his helmeted face into a wall, and it's not damaging the helmet. I'm pretty sure, you know, inside his brains are kind of getting jumbled and stuff. So he had to think quick to get out of that situation. But that helmet was durable to a hydraulic, I guess it would be like hydraulics. I don't know, like the strength of a fist of a dark trooper. Then later on we see how strong that dark trooper's punches are at a door. They just keep punching and punching and punching through that. So yeah, honestly, with that helmet idea is I feel like all the Mandalorians under her lead should also start off with instead of this crit hit immunity, which is nice, but have it to where other Mandalorian allies start with tier 1 of the Beskar armor. And then if you have, once you get up to, you know, 2 to 3 stacks, you can just add more armor to the Mandalorians until they're all maxed out. Then, and I feel like this should be the same with the armor. I feel like the armor should also have tier 1. And then once every other ally has maxed out 3, for, well, as long as they also, I think, fix it for, make it to where it's till the end of the battle, for different tiers like territory battles and such. I feel like having her have tier 1 Beskar armor would actually make sense because she has armor and stuff like that. She's an armor. She's got to armor herself up so that she can make other armor for other Mandalorians. So she at least should have at least tier 1 or even tier 2. Her unique Zeta should also just have it to where she has tier 2 only. But she cannot ever get to tier 3 until every other ally is decked out with tier 3 Beskar armor. That would make her a little better. 1, 2, a little more durable. But it would just make her just a better character. Especially the leadership, you know, you only have to add 2 ingots to make it to 3. Well, I know it's not how they have it set up. You have to have tier 3 just to make it to tier 3. But, you know, being able to, you know, start the battle where all Mandalorians under her, instead of this crit hit immunity, which is nice, giving them defense and more health could be better because starts off the encounter and then it would probably boost up the protection up a little bit more. But I don't know. That's kind of my thoughts on her leadership. Aside from that, her kit's really solid. You know, being able to, you know, call everyone to assist, except this is the way I should feel. I feel like they should also dispel be a dispel for Mandalorians. Cleanse all Mandalorian or debuff or cleanse off the debuffs and then call all Mandalorian allies to assist. That would just make more sense. But yeah, aside from that, that's the armor. So the Mandalorian, I'm going to quickly, you know, skip over him, or not kind of skip over him because he doesn't need much change. And I'm going to talk about him in a minute, but first off, his swift shot should also give crit hit, grant another random bounty hunter or Mandalorian ally crit chance up for 2 turns. Something like that. But his unique is not that unique. This unique. This unique is, you know, when each time the Mandalorian scores a critical hit, he gains 30. Other bounty hunters, and should also say other Mandalorian allies, gain 15%. So he's kind of a turn meter engine for both factions. And then he should do something like Jango Fett, except there's, you know, a caveat to this. So have it to where Mandalorian has his payout active if another non-bounty hunter Mandalorian leader is in the leader slot. However, the problem is you'd be able to disintegrate stuff right away. I honestly wouldn't mind that because technically there's so much craziness going on anyways. Galactic legends are overpowered, so why not? But to balance it out, I would say this starts on a 4 to 5 turn cooldown. So that, he's going to be gaining turn meter with his basic, but, he's going to definitely, it's just going to definitely make it to where he's a better character overall, for the Mandalorian faction. Being able to have that payout active, the only thing he's getting though really is, critical damage and then the disintegrate. Because he's useless without that disintegrate. He really kind of is. Well, not completely useless, but, if you really max him out for damage, yeah, he's, Like, I went for crit chance for the turn meter gain. The turn meter gain was really what it was. So, and also have his ability. I feel like this one should actually call another target as Scoundrel in Mandalorian Ally to assist. So he has a little more broad range of calling certain people to assist. So that's the Mandalorian, nothing too much. Best Garmando, I don't have him unlocked, so I'm not really familiar with this kid as much yet. See, it's not, I don't think this one. Dispel all debuffs on all Scoundrel and Mandalorian allies and equalize their protection. All Scoundrel and Mandalorian allies recover 20% protection. And then, continue on from there. Let's see. His leader should also include Mandalorians as well in his leadership. He didn't really lead Mandalorians as much per se, but out on the battlefield when he was escaping with the child in episode 3, season 1, he was kind of, you could kind of consider him the turn 2 leader in that instance. Because everyone's like, yeah, they were, told to come help and they were kind of protecting him. So he was kind of in that leadership role in some aspect, maybe not exactly, but in some ways. So giving him it to where, Mandalorians gain these stats and Scoundrel ally and Mandalorian allies gain 2% turn meter whenever an enemy takes damage. It could be quite useful, especially since, Scoundrel allies, like in general, you got Jango, you got Canderous, they're going to be triple tapping and stuff and speeding up the team regardless between Jango and him. So it wouldn't hurt, but I feel like giving the leadership so you can actually use his lead with, say, like the Armorer, his leadership, with like Sabine, there's more attacks. So yeah, it'd be kind of interesting. And, it's unique. Anything that deals with Scoundrels, he would also tag the Mandalorians as well. So it's that. Jango Fett. Yeah, I feel like he should at least give the speed to Mandalorians, at least in his leadership. Most of his kids pretty solid, so I wouldn't say too much change to that, but just allow him to have Mandalorians have 30 speed. They can't, help with the payout, but getting the speed for the Mandalorians could be unique in future, battles once we get a ton more Mandalorians in the game. Give us a speed lead Mandalorian. And also, I forgot to say, his leadership could do the same. Scoundrel Mandalorian allies gain speed, tenacity, and crit chance. But, again, they don't work towards the payout unless they're like Jango or Mando. So, and then maybe even best Garmando armor can help towards contract payouts. That'd be kind of interesting. But aside from that, maybe have his payout active if it's a non-bounty hunter again, kind of like the Mando. Canderous, he definitely deserves anything in his ability that deals with Scoundrels or Old Republic, like right here. 10% health steal and potency. I feel like he could also add tenacity in there. Come on. Give 3 stats for each Old Republic, Scoundrel, and Mandalorian ally. Because it's a Mandalorian veteran. Why wasn't this updated when the armor came out? I don't know. Unless they're in the process of getting that out there, I hope. But aside from that, yes, giving us more synergies with Mandalorians would make sense to me. So yeah, maybe add another stat, I don't know, in there. But I feel like tenacity should be in there too. Health steal, potency, and tenacity for each Old Republic, Scoundrel, Mandalorian ally. Kind of cool. Gar Saxon. This one's an interesting one. Add the Mandalorian tag right there. Granted, I feel like he should still lead Imperial Troopers only over the Empire, but at the same time, who knows? Maybe they'll eventually add a different counter chance Empire lead and then give him the Imperial Trooper tag. So him and the Imperial Super Commando definitely deserve to still have the Imperial Trooper tag because they were essentially used as Imperial Troopers. If they're making Moff Gideon and Admiral Piet Imperial Troopers when they're not Imperial Troopers, they can make Gar Saxon, Imperial Super Commando, Imperial Troopers for one. And then they can give the little stat boosts in the unique, like Gar Saxon, grants maybe other Imperial Trooper and Mandalorian allies 30 tenacity, where Super Commando could do 30 potency for, those two factions. Another thing they could do with Gar Saxon Imperial Super Commando is maybe make an Imperial Super Commando tag. It'd be a small tag. And it would encompass these two plus Tiber Saxon, Gar Saxon's brother. Tiber Saxon's lieutenant. He had a name, I don't remember, so sorry about that. And then Sabine Wren's brother, because at the time he was kind of, with them. This would be one of the two variants of Tristan Wren, not Tristan Sabine, gosh, Tristan Wren. So it'd be an interesting composition of this team, so it'd be kind of cool to see. But aside from that, giving the Mandalorian leadership, 50 counter chance, 40 defense, maybe 30 offense or something. It's something, akin to that, or maybe 50 defense at least, and then have Imperial allies use, whenever they use basics, Empire Mandalorians, they recover 5% health and protection. This could be the, kind of like the boss lead. I feel like this would actually make this team better overall. And then give him some counter chance in his unique. So if he's under another lead, he could still counter chance because he makes sense to kind of have that counter chance aspect, like 50 counter chance. So there is that. And then Sabine, there's not much, like maybe have it to where she also grants, I don't know if they would allow that, because I don't know their plans for the Mandalorians, but they could, share this unique to Mandalorians. Demolish could, for each active Phoenix or Mandalorian ally, deal 15% more damage and expose them. And then maybe also get it to where, because she, supported the Mandalorians just as much as she did with Phoenix, especially during the later 2 seasons of Rebels. But, Phoenix and Mandalorian allies gain crit chance up and offense up for 2 turns. So yeah, there is that. On top of the fact, I still feel like, and I've talked about this in a previous video about getting more scoundrels and stuff. Give her the scoundrel and the bounty hunter tag, and just only give her the unique payout. Obviously, can't be shared with any other faction, and just have it to where she has. So she helps bounty hunters out because she would also now work with Greef Karga and the Mandalorian until they get some more light side bounty hunters in the game. So there's that. She would also be able to have her payout active for non-bounty hunter, non-Mandalorian bounty hunters, as well as Hera lead. She would have her payout. And just the only thing you need to do to have her payout active is give her the bounty hunter's resolve. I know it's kind of a simple, she doesn't need a leadership because at the time she kind of retired from bounty hunting, but she's, gotten paid. And I don't see us ever seeing Sabine getting a bounty hunter variant unless they actually do some past screen, like a flashback from like the supposed Rebels continuation show, or maybe from the Ahsoka show. They do some like child, like a younger Sabine that has a total different armor look for bounty hunting when she was in the employ of the Black Sun. So they might even have like a Mandalorian look with a Black Sun logo on it or something. I don't know what they plan on doing if they ever make that. And if they don't ever make that, then this would be the perfect opportunity to just give her the bounty hunter tag as well, bounty hunter scoundrel tag, give her some more use, allow her to help Mando and Mando and Greef Karga for the light side bounty hunters. And then all I have to do is give like Kuil and IG-11 in there as the 4th and 5th, and you got yourself a pretty decent team. So I don't know. I just feel like that would be definitely a way to, make Sabine better. But again, like I said, if Hera's the lead, she automatically has the payout. If, like, say, the Armor is the lead, she automatically gets the payout. But if it's Jango Mando lead, she does not. So, but aside from that, again, Super Commando probably could get like a little offense in here. And, maybe 65% counter chance, 50% counter damage, and then 15% offense for the beat buffs. Just a light buff up. Again, have the potency for Imperial troopers and Mandalorian allies. It's not hard to fix this faction up. This, honestly, they say that they don't, like, I've heard in the past, they don't make a lot of money, or they don't make money on reworks. I feel like this would be a solid faction. If they did the light touch-ups that I suggest, maybe, find some others that other suggestors, they had some sort of plan for these guys, and they just decided to retouch up all of them, then yes, people would just wail out on these characters that don't already have them. Like Arnold T-101 has Gar Saxon and Super Commando already. They basically already has all these guys. So, but, for other, people that kind of lightly wail out, but they want the Mandalorians out there, here you go. Come on, Capital Games. This would be the perfect faction to, like, touch up right now. February should be we have the login for Sabine Wren. So it'd be the perfect month for a faction pass of the Mandalorians to get them in the right mindset where they deserve to be. Again, I still feel like Jango Mando could still lead Mandalorians just for the stat boosts, and that's it. And then the Mandalorian Beskar Armor could also still lead, as well as Gar Saxon. So you have multiple different leaders to start the faction off with. And then down the road, we'd have, 5 leaders for the Mandalorians. And then all we have to do is just add more Mandalorian leaderships as we go. One last thing I do want to mention. I always want to talk about this. I feel like he deserves a journey level character. And, of course, whenever they decide to, go back to KOTOR 2, finish up all the characters. And yes, I know this could go, both ways. Some fans may not like that, but I personally like the idea. I don't care because they've been doing this kind of stuff anyways, but I feel like Kandor should get a journey level character for his Mandalore the Preserver character, and have him, obviously they'd probably have to use that journey character to get the Jedi Exile Mitra Surik. I don't care. They do this kind of crap all the time anyways. Look at Galactic Legends, for example. So honestly, having a journey character to get another journey character, we had, 2 journey characters to get Malik. So it wouldn't hurt if they did that. Kandor Sordo gets, and Kandor's is needed for, I think it was Darth Revan. Yeah, it was Darth Revan. He needed for Darth Revan. So, you're already going to have him worked on. So why not just work on him some more and be required to get a journey variant of himself, Mandalore the Preserver. This Mandalore the Preserver could be like kind of a Jedi Darth Revan, where he leads both Mandalorians in general, but he gets better bonuses for Clan Ordo. So any of the Clan Ordo characters from KOTOR 2, as well as maybe any future Ordo clan members, Kandor Sordo, for example, and any other ones from Star Wars The Old Republic, if they ever eventually enter that territory, because I feel like that's a big territory to enter as well. So, come on, Capital Games. I'm giving you loads of money ideas right here. Loads of it. Rework, touch up. Mandalorian faction packs deserves it. They need to be up there with the Sith, with the Jedi. They are ones that fight against, and between Legends and canon, they fought against Jedi, they fought against Sith multiple times, more Jedi than Sith, but they still fought against them. So here you go. But aside from that, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you agree with the ideas of the kits that I suggested on the touch-ups and reworks? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments below. Again, I really appreciate all those that do watch the videos I make, and you guys have a wonderful, phenomenal day. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe.